Hi, welcome back to Petals and Tea Tarot. Today we have the question of how to heal emotional wounds and identifying what your inner emotional wounds are. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So angel pendant, a heart lock, and a key. Alright, take a deep breath, pick which pile most resonates, and I'll see you in the reading. Pile 1 to your reading if you chose this little angel pendant. Very cute. We'll look at what your emotional wounds are first, and then we're going to look at how you can heal them. We have Tiger, Sea Serpent. We have Milky Way Perspective, Rainbow Blessings, Dragonfly Emergence. In your tarot, we have the Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Sun, and Strength. So, what I'm feeling here is that this emotional wound is from a mother figure. This could be mother or grandmother, but I do feel like this wound is from her. So, I feel like you might have this mindset. This is the emotional wound and how it affects you. Is that you have this mindset that if you do it, it's going to be bad. If you don't do it, it's going to be bad. Just that maybe you have a fear of success and a fear of failure. This isn't for everybody, but I definitely feel like there is a lot of self-doubt here in whatever decision you make. And a kind of lack of clarity and perspective on the situations in your life because of this emotional wound. And with the Sea Serpent, this is actually an emotional wounds card and expressing your desires. So perhaps what happened, or how you feel like this has affected you, is that there's an inner struggle within you about who you can talk to, who can you express yourself to. In some areas of your life, you express a lot, but in other areas, you don't express anything at all. And with the rainbow card here, you need the balance of expressing it everywhere. If you flood and have no sun, that is bad, as well as if there's only sun and then you have dry desert. You need the balance of both it raining and there being sun out. And so you need to express in all areas of your life, creatively and emotionally. Yeah, I'm feeling here that you might feel like your strengths are greater than your weaknesses. There's a little bit of self-doubt here in that. The belief, and I think this belief and this perspective could have been given to you by your mother, and that's the wound there of that I'm not good enough, or I am not capable of doing this or that. Maybe because attention was given us elsewhere, or it just wasn't given at all to you, and now you have this feeling of unworthiness. And also, there is some confusion here, that you're not clear-headed when in this state of mind. So perhaps this isn't all the time, but in times of when you're not clear, and you don't have clarity, there's definitely a feeling here of being in your head and thinking a lot. And just from these cards alone, what I'm getting for it to help you is by respect your own decision making and believing in your own power and your own strength. Your strengths and the things that are good about you are way more than the weaknesses, right? That you feel like you have so many things that are against you, but they really are not. is, you know, the shame and fear from this emotional wound. I think that is how it affects you, with this feeling of inadequacy and not being confident in who you are and what you can bring to the table. And this is about stepping into the light and revealing yourself, who you are truly, and being confident in that. All right, I'm gonna pick some cards on pile 1 to your healing cards of how to heal this emotional wound. So we have Jasmine, Poppy, Delilah, White Rose, and Willow. Jasmine says, success will be found if you hold on to hope. Poppy says, remember who you wanted to be. And Delilah is dignity. A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. White Rose says, new start in wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And the Willow is interconnection. So maybe not all that made sense, but I'm going to explain it the best I can. So I feel like this emotional wound has caused you pain, much pain throughout your life. That it has kept reoccurring and coming up, and I think it has shown itself through physical pain and physical elements. And what the Willow asks us to do is to connect our feelings and our health. That it almost asks us to like go out into a field and just sit and rest and meditate and be centered with the body and the mind. It's taking full responsibility, especially with dignity here. It's talking about you're very wise and knowledgeable, and you know how to heal yourself from this. These thorns that have hurt you with the rose are preparing you for a new start, have prepared you in life for better things to come. The Willow can also tell us to move beyond the victim mindset of, this happened to me, this is horrible. But it's allowing your mind to open up to different perspectives and new ways of thinking. And remember what you wanted to be is a message really standing out to me with the poppy, that perhaps you lost some of your way through this journey and through this emotional wound. But it's remembering who, not who you were, but who you wanted to be and where you wanted to be now in your life. It's opening to a new understanding, new perspectives, and taking time out to contemplate the relationships and the things that have gone on in your life. You may be susceptible with the Willow to headaches, stiff joints, or inflammation and pain, and those sort of things because of this wound. But everything can be healed. And it's looking within and stop focusing on these worries and these fears and all these things that have been put into your life. And realizing our interconnectedness with everything and everyone. And knowing, as it says, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. With the poppy, remember who you wanted to be, who you are. And this person in your life, this mother figure that has caused this emotional pain, does not take away from who you are. And you can focus on that. Meditate, take some time away. Have hope. So thank you, pile 1. That's all for your reading today. Hope to see you again. This is your reading. If you chose this little heart lock sort of thing. Just a log really, but it kind of looks like a heart. I already placed all your cards down for you, so I'm just going to read them and tell you what I'm getting. So we have here music, ancestors, tree, mountain, and volcano. King of Wands, Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Star, Horse, and Raccoon. So I'm feeling a lot of this. Your emotional wound started when I'm feeling like if your father or mother left when you were young, because we have Coon and Horse here, so it almost felt like they left, they ran away, they went into hiding, that sort of thing. But there is still another figure here, so maybe you have a stepmom now or a stepfather. But there's a sense of like lost time between you and them, because it seems like these are both very like strong working individuals, and you made this emotional wound could have affected you in a way that it made it difficult to connect to your higher self and listen to your inner voice and to completely be yourself around them. It seems a little bit like hard times, possibly hard times with money. There could have been, for some of you, a volatile situation, like someone was angry with you, which caused this emotional wound. And strength and grounding. I feel like it has been difficult to find your ground in life, find your footing, and really, really go forward and find the things that you want to do in life. With harmony here, it may have been difficult to find the balance between different things and what you wanted to do. And maybe there was expectations placed on you by your parents. Oh, like have this job, marry by this age, or it doesn't have to be that drastic, but there's definitely seemingly here like some expectations, maybe not spoken ones, but things that sort of made you feel a little out of place. Like you had to hide your true self from them, especially if there is a volatile situation or something that is dangerous. You felt like you had to mask yourself or pretend to be somebody you weren't when you were around them. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I also want to pick out some cards on how to heal this emotional wound that you have. I don't think your mother, this is a very feminine energy, it could be your mother or father, but was very compassionate or sentimental. And that could have definitely hurt you emotionally. If like you went up and wanted to express yourself and there was just closed off, very closed off. This could be a situation, or this could be how your childhood went. It doesn't necessarily have to be your entire childhood, but this is an emotional wound that happened to you that you haven't healed from. Yeah, I'm going to pick some cards on how to heal this emotional wound. Back pile 2 if you chose this. But this is your continued reading. So you have a rose. You are divinely loved and protected with grace. Hyacinth, play, laugh, and find joy. Shooting star, life purpose. White rose, new start in wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And crocus, cheerfulness. It is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. So I'm definitely feeling this feeling of how to heal is to find joy again, find laughter and happiness, like as that childhood laughter and fun that you might have missed. I'm feeling there was a seriousness in your house. Hold. And with the shooting star here, you might have felt like an outside. This can also mean with life purpose here that you've had trouble connecting to yourself after that. This is let me just how it affected you was maybe having trouble expressing yourself after that, and maybe that is because it was difficult for your parents to express themselves, so you in turn took that on yourself. But as I was saying with it's good to note that you are loved. I think you are loved by your parents and by people, or just by people around you, if that doesn't resonate with you. You are definitely loved and guided and protected, and it's good to reconnect with this cheerfulness. And even this, it is spring again, I'm feeling like new beginnings are coming, and that you should take the wisdom in you, the things that you know right now, and reconnect with those people that you have let go of. With a loving, cheerful light that's different, just a new start with them. You know, the way they've hurt you and the pain they've caused you, I think, is how you're going to heal from it. You're going to take that hurt and that pain, and you're going to turn it around and make it into a positive and make it better. And I do think that you are being guided to make a wish and think about for what you want, wish for what you want out of the situation, and it will come true. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, thank you, pile 2. This is your reading. I hope that I'll see you in pile 3. If you chose the key, this is your reading. I laid out all your cards for you. Tell you what I'm getting. So I feel like this emotional wound is from a relationship that you had, a romantic connection. It could be a friendship, but I'm definitely feeling more of a romantic connection in which you gave more than they gave to you. And so this left you feeling very burdened and worn out and burnt out. And it's like this has stuck with you in this stage of injustice. You feel like you were wronged. It wasn't fair to you. And this has stuck with you, and it has made you feel like, what am I supposed to do? You're just very cautious now with relationships and cautious of what can happen to you. And with the fish here, you may feel like you're the only fish in the sea, like there's nobody else after them that's gonna come. If this isn't a romantic relationship and this is a friendship, then maybe you feel like they were your best friend and they were like the sun to your moon, like they were supposed to be everything to you, and it didn't turn out like that, and you feel like you're kind of swimming in circles with them. Now, with the gazelle, I think you've been focused so much on the situation that you forgot how to care for yourself and self-care. So some advice to help heal this emotional wound is start focusing all that energy that you've been focusing outward, is to focus inward and start giving to yourself, because you can never give too much to yourself, you know. Well, you can overindulge, but I think it's that you won't feel like you have an injustice if you are giving yourself good food and a good environment and a place to relax and rest. I'm feeling like these are definitely sort of advice cards for me, is how I'm seeing them, is to take a breath, maybe perhaps go out in nature, because we have wind, lake, and forest here, which all, nature vibes, right? I'm feeling like sitting in stillness and meditating over this will definitely help you in this heavy burden and emotional trauma, really, that they've gone through. And sometimes justice can mean that you should let them explain their side and observe and, watch. But I already feel like you're watching. I already feel like you're here and you're kind of like hurt and in your pain and in your feelings. So I think right now you have to be fair to yourself. and be true to you and how you feel. I am going to pick some advice on how to heal this emotional wound for you. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I'm getting here. You also, with the 6, of Pentacles, not only did you feel like maybe you were giving too much, but I feel like you maybe didn't realize it in the moment, how far you were, how much you had let out, how much you had given them and they hadn't given you back. Because I don't see so much a betrayal here as much as I see an injustice in an unfair, unbalanced situation. Okay, I'm going to pick some healing cards for you on how to heal this emotional. 3 to your healing, how to heal this emotional wound part of your reading. So what we've got here was the Lily of the Valley. Happiness is found with your purpose, and Sweet Pea. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. I just want to call you Sweet Pea from now on. You have Forget-Me-Not and Sacred Lotus. So what I'm feeling over this emotional wound has left you very hurt, like you've probably cried a lot. But this quote I'm really drawn to, enlightenment: no mud, no lotus. So you needed to cry to wet that mud so you could grow these flowers, girl. Or boy. You've Forget-Me-Nots. I definitely think that you haven't forgot them and you just stuck on this memory. Now, with ritual here, I feel like you need to set a steady every single day what you're going to do to fill your time without them, because I feel like they did fill a lot of your time before. So you need to figure out how to fill that time. And I think also this is about kind of going off the radar. Now, it did say with Sweet Pea to surround yourself with good friends, but I think for this person, you need to kind of separate yourself and almost go invisible. You may want recognition from them, and then just say, oh my God, I know I did you wrong, I'm so sorry, but you aren't going to get that. I don't think you're going to get that, at least right now. And Spirit is wanting you to kind of be careful with what you say to others and what words you use. This is about protecting yourself and kind of going back and thinking about what you want to do. What's your purpose? You know, happiness is found in your purpose. If you want to move on from the situation and become happier and heal this emotional wound, I think it's focusing on what you want. And I think it is also spending time with good people and good friends. This is going to heal old hurts, and also I feel like old habits with ritual here. So the old things I used to do with them, I think you find new things that you want to do. Things that don't remind you of him or her that in that relationship. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling for you, pile 3. That's how to heal your emotional wounds. Thanks for coming to the reading, and I hope to see you again.